So I'm currently in one of the most iconic, beautiful and romantic cities in the world. At least that's what the locals think Venice, Italy should be. But that's not really the case anymore.
This is no Hollywood production. It is what residents of this ancient city have long feared would happen.
That out-of-control cruise ship plowing into a dock in Venice.
Not only do these huge vessels flood the city with day trippers, they're also threatening the Lagoon city's very foundations.
Every year, over 20 million people visit the city of Venice. It's made up of 118 small islands linked by 400 bridges located in a shallow lagoon. So let's quickly pause and talk about the lagoon itself. It's not deep. It's not deep at all. And Canal Grande, Venice's main canal, is about 3 meters deep. And in other parts of the city, the canal ranges from 10 to 22 meters. And that's what this city is built on, a shallow lagoon. And probably the biggest misconception about Venice is, how do the houses in Venice stay afloat? So no, they don't float, but they are built on wood. Venice's history dates back many years when people sought refuge here. In the lagoon there was a collection of small islands of rock and mud, and it was here that these people started driving wood pillings into the mud. But that was in 421 AD, and it's now 2019, and Venice is one of the most desirable places in the world to visit. So the city itself actually suffers from environmental issues because the land it is built on is so boggy, the city is literally sinking into the lagoon. And this all came to a head like a month ago when a cruise ship rammed into the side of the port in Venice.
It didn't take long for an already established protest movement to gather. From the pollution they cause, the sheer weight of tourists they bring to the island city, and now the danger they pose physically too.
Madness. In a city, if you've ever been here, you understand how small it is to have cruise ships like that coming into the docks, and yeah.
Tutti gli immobili che sono praticamente tutti alloggi turistici d'affitto. Okay, so was better before because now the tourism is changed. People are coming here now for maximum 2 days. They just hit things, throw away anything. They produce a lot of waste around the city, and they don't care so much.
So with Venice classed as a luxury tourist spot, it's wildly expensive to spend the night here. Hence the influx in cruise ships bringing these day trippers into the city. And that's putting up the price on everything else. Angelo.
Yeah.
How much does it cost for us to go on the boat around Venice?
€7.50.
Okay, that doesn't seem too bad. How much does it cost for Luca to go on the boat, who lives here?
€1.5.
How much are gondolas?
A quanto costa una gondola?
Una gondola, un giretto va intorno a modica cifra di €120 più o meno.
€120?
Wait, for just one ride?
Yeah. So Luca just said to me that to ride a gondola you need a license, special license like taxis, and it costs about €500,000, and you can't get if you are not from Venice.
So you have to be a Venetian.
Yeah, exactly. So you got from your father maybe, or your grandfather.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's why they charge so much. As Venice becomes more expensive, the locals are even starting to leave here, which means that there is more tourists here than actual residents, which is actually a problem for the city. As depopulation threatens the viability of Venice as a living, thriving city, it's instead turning into this walking attraction.
Local shops, like your butchers, your bakers, your dressmakers, all the local services have been transformed one by one into souvenir shops.
Would you like to buy some souvenirs? Would you like to buy some souvenirs? Would you like to buy some souvenirs?
But Venetians haven't lost all hope. There's initiatives that are making a difference, and during the recent climate change strikes, which is especially relevant for the city with the rising sea levels, the Venetians actually outnumbered the tourists. And a combination of the work from the No Grande Navy protests and the collision in the canal, the Italian government has opened up talks about banning cruise ships from Venice. And the city is introducing a tourist tax to the historic areas with the aim to help pay for vital restoration work. And I guess it can also be seen as a way of trying to discourage day trippers who are arriving from the cruise ships.
And with that being the case, it's not a point of saying, oh, people shouldn't come here, tourists shouldn't come here. I'm here. I'm essentially a tourist making a video around Venice. It sounds very hypocritical because this city is beautiful. It's stunning.
But it's a catch-22. Tourism is keeping Venice financially afloat, but it's also at a critical point where it's a significant factor in sinking the city itself. I think it would be unfair to suggest visitors should be banned because it's just such a remarkable city, but steps do need to be taken to reduce this mass influx and to restore the local communities before Venice just becomes a living museum.
So thank you for making it all the way to the end. If you're new around here, my name is Andy. I make videos about things that make me curious. We shot this video back in the summer in Venice, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. What you thought of the video, the situation in Venice itself. Have you visited? Do you want to visit? I'd love to hear all of them below. And I wanted to say a big thank you to Angelo for the additional cinematography on this piece, and Luca for showing us around Venice and for providing some drone footage for this piece. Both their links are in the description below. And if you did enjoy this, maybe consider subscribing because I just got back from filming episode 4 in Singapore and I'm really excited to share that with you guys in the coming weeks. Once again, thank you for watching and I'll see you in Singapore.